Good evening, viewers. You're watching The Verdict. I am Sai Ram B, and tonight we speak not in the voice of division, but of dignity. Not of dominance, but of diversity. Let me say this at the outset. Clearly and without apology, I am a proud Indian. I am a proud Kannadigaa, and there is absolutely no contradiction between the two. My Indianness does not dilute my Kannada identity. In fact, it's my Kannada identity, my roots, my language, my culture that makes my Indian identity richer. Viewers, but today I must ask, in a country as vast, as beautiful, as pluralistic as India, can we afford to let one language try to stand in for all? During a parliamentary debate, opposition MPs raised serious concerns about the so-called Hindification of Indian laws. The Bharatiya Vayuyan Vidheyak, meant to repeal the Aircraft Act of 1934, came under scrutiny not just for what it contained, but for what it symbolized. TMC MP Sagarika Ghosh said it well. The government sees itself as a game changer, but more often it behaves as a name changer. And now those names, they're increasingly in Hindi. Nyaya Sanhita, Vayuyan Vidheyak, and more. Dravidian MPs, leaders from Kerala, even the education minister of Tamil Nadu, have raised serious concerns. And let me ask tonight, what does it say about our democracy when those who speak up for linguistic rights are branded anti-nationals? Is patriotism now defined by one script, one language, one tongue? Because here is what is at stake. This isn't just about one bill. This isn't just about one language. This is about a creeping mindset, a soft imposition, a slow erasure, where Hindi becomes default and everything else becomes others. The Union Minister for Civil Aviation defended the Hindi name of the bill, saying it reflects India's culture and legacy. And I ask respectfully, sir, whose culture, whose legacy? Because it's not mine. And it's not the legacy of millions of Indians in Karnataka, Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, in Andhra Pradesh, in Bengal, in Odisha, in the Northeast, whose first language is not Hindi. Let me be clear. This is not about opposing Hindi. Hindi is a beautiful language. It has given India timeless poetry, music, films, literature, but Hindi cannot and must not be imposed as the sole symbol of national pride. One language cannot carry the weight of a billion voices. Imposing Hindi is not nationalism. It weakens the very foundation of this country. It undermines our federalism, our multilingual ethos, our constitutional promise that all languages are equal. Some ask me, if I am so proud of Kannada, why am I speaking in English tonight? I will tell you why. Because this is the verdict. And my message tonight is not only for Karnataka, but for every Indian from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Kohima to Kutch. And English, whether we like it or not, still remains the language that connects us all legally, administratively, and yes, constitutionally. Article 348 of the Indian Constitution mandates that the text of all central laws must be in English, not Hindi. English. That's not me saying it, that's our founding document. So when the center tries to rebrand every act in Hindi while law itself is still in English, what are they really doing? It's symbolism over substance. It's political messaging wrapped in linguistic sugarcoating. And viewers, now it's not just laws. Even NCERT textbooks in English medium schools are getting Hindi names. The class 6 book is called Purvi, the class 7 is called Santur. Titles like Marigold are being erased. Kerala's education minister rightly pointed out naming is not cosmetic. It shapes a child's perception. It tells a child with what is native and what is alien. And when you give Hindi names to English books, what are you really telling a Tamil or a Kannada or a Manipuri child? This isn't about language policy anymore. This is about identity, viewers. The three language formula now being threatened with financial coercion. Adopt it or we'll cut your funds is not at all constitutional. Let's repeat that. And there is no constitutional provision that mandates any state must follow a three language formula. It was a policy proposal and that's it. It was not a law. So when the union government threatens Tamil Nadu with funding cuts under the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, what messaging is it sending? That dissent will be punished? That states don't have the right to choose their educational paths? Let's not forget, viewers, this country is a union of states, each with its own heartbeat, each with its own rhythm. India is not a single song sung in unison. It is a vast orchestra where every instrument must be heard. We must also remember history. Hindi over the decades, viewers, has swallowed many regional dialects. Bhojpuri, Maithili, Braj, Bundeli, all reduced to Hindi for administrative convenience. And now we are told this is what unity looks like. Let me say it clearly. Uniformity is not unity. Unity is not harmony, not homogeneity. The Constitution of India recognizes 22 scheduled languages, thousands of dialects. It gives every citizen, viewers, the right to speak, read, learn, and dream in their mother tongues. But yet, instead of preserving that pluralism, we are watching it get narrowed down book by book, bill by bill, broadcast by broadcast. Viewers, even Akashwani, our national broadcaster, moved its regional language programming out of Delhi. Think about the symbolism. Tamil, Kannada, Bengali, Malayalam sent back to their regions while Hindi stays in Delhi and it stays national. This is not progress, this is regression. This is centralization masquerading as culture. So tonight I ask, not just as a journalist, not as a Kannadigaa, but as a citizen of this republic, do we want an India where every language flourishes, or an India where everything must pass through a filter of one language, one culture, one identity? You don't protect unity by enforcing sameness, you protect unity by respecting difference. Viewers, to those who are watching in Delhi, please understand. India doesn't speak in one voice. It speaks in many, and that is not our weakness. That is our greatest strength. Viewers, my name is Sai Ram B. I speak Kannada. I live in India. I speak to all of India. And I will never stop speaking for the right of every Indian to speak in the language of their heart. That is the verdict. Good day.